reality now that you.
Hey, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect and all the brothers pushing this work in sincerity and truth. This is Brother Thamayim from GMS Toronto coming at you with another video, right? This video is gonna take you into history, right, with our people and the enemy, right, which is the Egyptians. The modern day Egyptians are these Edomites, and you will see the hatred that they have towards us and our seed, which is also biblical. It's also in the curses, and I'll bring those scriptures out. But you'll see how our people are treated in the maternity ward, which is also a thing of the past, right? When you go back into the time of the pharaohs, when we were in captivity, they were trying to annihilate our children, but now they're taking out the mother and the children. So fair warning, and listen to and watch this video, and then I'll come back with the scriptures, okay?
Your skin color can impact whether you or your baby survives on a maternity ward in this country. The latest data shows black women are 2.3 times more likely to die during or in their first year after pregnancy than white women. Today, MPs looking into the issue say its investigation has found repeatedly that racism is one of the core drivers of poor maternal care. It's urging maternity bosses to train their workforces and take responsibility for any failures. Our reporter, Tori Watson, is with me. Take us through the details of this report that's out today.
Well, as you have outlined, there are some pretty stark findings in this report from Westminster's Health and Social Care Committee. MPs have spent quite some time on this inquiry, and it really outlines the extent to which the maternity care concerns that black women have are not being taken seriously. In fact, this document, it describes a crisis in care for black women, and it says that that's happening in the context of a maternity system that's failing women more broadly. Now, as you mentioned, the report outlines that one of the core drivers of poor maternal outcomes for black women is racism, and that's something which campaigners say that they're all too familiar with.
I've heard so many cases of mothers being told that they don't need to get pain relief because they are stronger, because they're black women, or they're...
Let's stop it right there. Okay, everyone knows, in childbirth, in this society, women go through a lot of pain, and they give them like that whole I forgot what you call it when you have this big ass injection that they inject you in the back with to ease the pain, right? These women are not provided these drugs. I mean, it's not, they're not supposed to be doing that, but in the society, it's a little comfort, right, when it comes to giving birth. But this whole strong, independent black woman came back to bite you in the ass, because now they're looking at you as a subhuman, where they don't want to provide you with any help or any relief with the pain, right, due to the fact that the shit that you put out there, right? You don't need a man, you're strong, you're independent, and now you're being treated as if you're strong and independent, and you don't need no pain nor ease, because you're looked at as a subhuman. All right, and another reason why they're letting you die is because they're not, the so-called white woman is not producing, them and the white man, they're not producing as much children as they should, right? I don't know what the cause of that is, right? It could be food intake, or it could be a lot of things. The Most High is just, putting these curses on these Edomites also, right? And, a lot of Edomite women, when they get to a certain age, it's like they stop being fertile. And they're taking too long for them to get their life together when it comes to making children. Because, they want to have fun in their 20s and teens, and then in their 30s, they want to make children. It's too late, right? Other races of women can, get away with that, but it seems to me that the so-called the Edomite woman, she can't get away with that. Once she gets to a certain age, after 30 or something, then she goes downhill. But anyways, that's not the point. The point of this is the fact that you women are dying after childbirth, because the midwives are pretty much putting your life in jeopardy. They're not taking care of you as they should, right? Because there's so many factors when it comes to giving birth. From what my friend told me, right? The midwives help a lot, but these midwives, they're not doing their jobs. And it brings me back to, let me get this scripture first. Nothing new under the sun. Then I'm gonna get into the story. Nothing new under the sun, which is Ecclesiastes 1:9, and it says here, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun, right? So when we go back into Pharaoh, into the time of us being in captivity, right? In Egypt, the midwives, right, were instructed to pretty much put our children to death, right? By not taking care of our children, and not taking care of their mothers while they're giving birth. And as soon as the son comes out, to take care of the son, right? By putting him in the dirt, man. And that was a command, right? And the command is out again because these women these midwives in this time that are murdering these so-called black women, nothing's being done, right? They're not being held accountable for these women getting put to death, right? Because they know that you are the Israelites. That's why they don't want you to procreate, right? And that's the reason why they pretty much led you astray with the whole strong and independent woman, right? They don't need no man to protect them. This is the main reason why you need a man to protect you, because, I don't condone a man being in the delivery room where the woman is being, where the child is being delivered, but in this time you have to be in there, man. And my friend, he pretty much put something into perspective even before this came out, right? He told me this like a couple of months ago. He's like, yo, we're not supposed to be in there, but the fact that, you never know what these nurses can do, man. There was a nurse back a couple of years ago that was breaking the bones of children, right? And I'll get that. And guess whose bones they were breaking? You so-called black children, man, right? You Israelites, right? So let me read this, and I'm going to get into that. Because they can switch your babies, right? They can do all manner of things to your child, man. They can inject them with shit. You have to make sure you watch these people carefully, man. So when you have a husband, if you have a husband and he's in that delivery room with you, he can actually watch over you and watch what these nurses are doing, right? Because after you finish giving birth, you're tired, you're sore, you're pain and all that stuff. You can't watch over the matters. You can't even walk for like a couple of days, I think, right? So you need someone to watch over you, and the fact that you don't have anyone watching over you because you fell for that programming, that just goes to show you can easily be taken advantage of, man. And the midwives, this is Exodus 1:19, and the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively. Actually, you know what? Let me just get Exodus 1. Exodus 1:15-22. And the king of Egypt, which is Pharaoh, right? These wicked ass Hamites spake to Hebrew midwives, right? Of which the name of the one was Shipra, and the name of the other Pua. And he said, when you do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew woman, which is so-called black, native, and Latino woman, right? And see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him, right? But if it be a daughter, then shall she live. But the midwives feared Yahweh Shemel Shai, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have you done this thing, and have saved the men children alive? And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, they are lively, and are delivered unto, and are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them. Then Yahweh dealt with the midwives, and the people multiplied, right, and waxed mighty. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared Yahweh, right, that he made them houses, and Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, every son. So the Pharaoh's like, listen, since the midwives are not doing the job that I told them to do, which is murder the children, I want you to go around and murder these fucking little babies, man. And there's a you might read this in a sentence here, and a paragraph or whatever, but there's a big thing that happened here, man. Right, from the midwives, because lo and behold, you best believe some of the midwives probably murdered some of the children, and then they're like, yo, I'm not doing this anymore, right? Because it's wicked. And then now, when the Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, gave the instruction for these people to put these babies to death, you best believe millions of babies got thrown into the river, man. Right? Every son that is born, ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive. So you best believe this happened. Okay? So the midwives back here, they took care of the children, and they took care of the mother while she was giving birth. Right? And the midwives play a very important role. So the fact that these midwives over here,
African,
right, these midwives are putting your children to death. There's a decree that's out on you so-called black women right now in these maternity wards, man. Right, the decree is to murder you, right, you and your children. Right, and this is how an enemy thinks, because now you might think, oh, they're just killing these so-called black women. No, you are their enemies, right? They're your enemies. This is how warfare. This is another warfare you have to battle now again. You have to deal with a spiritual warfare. Now you have to deal with surviving in the maternity ward. You have to survive it outside, right? You have to survive in the jobs, right? So we're behind enemy lines, man. Right? So this is a serious thing, man. This is a serious problem. Esau, Edom is not playing around with you people, man. You Israelites, right? A nation that shall not show favor to the young, man. To the young. I believe this is not a joke. So Vocab Malone, the piece of shit, he wouldn't make videos about this though. It says here, Deuteronomy 28:50, a nation of fierce countenance which shall not regard the person of old, nor shew favor to the young, right? Which is you babies, your children, right? So you women, your life is in danger. You Israelite women, your life is in danger. And now you need a man to protect you. A lot of you are going to be put to death. A lot more of you are going to be put to death. This is not a joke, right? Esau, Edom is coming for heads, coming for blood. He's a bloody man, right? And they pretty much buttered you up, you so-called black women. Really rush your man out of the house, and now you're single and by yourselves, and you're in these maternity wards by yourself. No one to protect you, and this is open season on you. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what the comment. You know what? Oh, I forgot. I was gonna look up that word, lively. Right? Let's get that word lively. See what it says here. Let's see what that word lively says. Hopefully it gives me the word. Okay, let's get it in the Bible meaning. Lively, full of life, vigorous, active, and energetic, in contrast to being dead or static. Brisk, vigorous, vivacious, active, as a lively youth. Says you're gay, which is happy, airy, representing life. So representing life. That's the main point, right? Representing life as a lively imitation of nature, right? So we represent life, and they know it. That's the reason why they want you dead, right? Lively stones is this different spirit that's in the Israelite man, woman, and child, That's why they want you out of here, you know. Let's see what else it has here. Be vigorous, Strong's H22421. And that's in the Hebrew, right? Having the vigor of life, right? A vigor of life. Lively, man, right? And they know brisk, right? I already read representing life. That's what the Israelite woman represents, right? And they don't want you to make any more children. They're pretty much done with you as a nation, really. They're done with us, and it's, it's gonna be time for that war to start happening real soon, right? And they're gonna turn their backs on you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, especially you so-called black women. They force you to hate your men and kick them out the house, and this is what you're left with, right? Naked, vulnerable, and now you're afraid, scared for your life. Shalom.